So, hi everybody, Seth Amazon here, and welcome to Digital Skill Power. Today is about conversations on digital skills, how it has really revolutionized everything and changed a lot of narratives for many people, including myself. So, we just want to have some interactions and share with you some of the benefits of having a digital skill and how you can leverage this, especially if you are a native of the third world, how this has really helped a number of us navigate quite a number of challenges and been able to showcase our value to the world because of the skill we have been able to acquire and deploy. With me today is Mary and Aneju, and together we're going to be piloting these conversations. Hi Mary, how have you been now?
Hi. Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Mary Aneju, and like Seth Amazon has said, we are basically going to be going into a conversation on digital skills and how you can leverage on your digital to become better, and most especially how you can earn using your digital skills because everyone wants to earn. Looking at the state of the economy, looking at the state of everything, we have the recession and most of the challenges, most things that will come true for you or for me is having a digital skills that you can offer and you are being paid either in naira, in pounds, or even in dollars. So that's it from me. So over to you, said Amazon. Thank you.
Okay, for me, I think digital skills they are the real power. That's why we have mentioned earlier that we're going to be talking about how these have become real powers to many of us. Myself as a case study, I've been so interested in digital skills since quite a while now. Let me say from 2019 or so. Exchanging value for money, especially because I have realized that digital skills has no barriers. One of the best ways to actually penetrate the world and make yourself omnipresent, be in one place and yet available in many other places, is by owning a skill that you can exchange digitally. So, the conversation are going to be very simple and just very straightforward, nothing very serious, just to help you understand that a digital skill, which of course I believe you already know, will really help you leverage and scale economies. So, with Mary today, we're going to be talking about how digital skills have helped us and why anybody watching this today should find it as a point of duty to get on one. In case you have not learned any digital skill at all, these conversations are meant to help you, guide you, and if possible, put you on the right track. Okay, so I'll go first. I have been a publisher like for a while now, 3, 4 years. I think 3, 4 years, going to 5 years. In 2020, that's like 4 years, 4 years now. In 2020, where I realized when the pandemic came, and I realized that book publishing, because I was trying to publish a book then in 2020, and it was really difficult. I was trying to get my book to US, Canada, the UK, and a number of countries. And that time, Amazon publishing has not been really popularized in Nigeria as it is now. So there were no much tutorials, there were no much trainings, or much people who knew these things to even guide you. So I tried a number of times to see how my book could be published. And eventually, when it got published, I went to Facebook and made a comment. My book is now up on Facebook. I mean, on Amazon. A number of people started asking, "How do you do it? How do you do it? How do you do it?" That, oh, this is going to a very big avenue for people. I jumped in, dived in, learned how publish on Amazon. Today we are publishing for people outside Nigeria. Even though I started it just trying to help myself, and eventually a number of people in Nigeria, and now we're working with people outside Nigeria. So it's a digital skill that I can deploy from my home. You can even, as long as you have good internet connection, you have a laptop or a smartphone, it's something you can do from anywhere. And people who are also in other locations where you are not can have the benefit of exchanging value with you. So that is where I will stop for now. Let me hear from you, Mary. What has been your experience, per se, about data? How it has really just take it up. How it has really helped you, and anything you would love to share.
Okay, it has really helped me a lot. Like when I mean a lot. Okay, I started out in 2018 when I finished my youth service. And you know the normal country stuff, when you are done, you start looking for a job actually. So I was in search for a job, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. The job was not forthcoming. So on Facebook, from I saw an advert for a free digital skills. The place was very far from my house though. But I was like, oh, what am I doing at home? It's not bad for me to go and learn digital marketing, because that was what the flyer spoke about. That they want to teach us how to run adverts, digital marketing, and the likes of it. So I actually applied and I got it. So from that very day after the training, I just knew that this is where and this is what I want to do. So with time, I started getting clients that most of them want me to handle their social media pages, help with running of adverts on Facebook, on Instagram. So that was the experience for me. And currently now, because of what I'm doing, I now also realize that most clients, apart from them wanting me to run advert for them, because of when it comes to content creation, everybody wants to have a video out there, wants you to help them to edit their videos and the rest. So and I realized that apart from this social media marketing, the running of adverts that I was doing, some people want me to also edit their videos. So editing of videos is one skill I also had to go and learn and venture into. So right now I have a lot of clients that I edit and help with editing their videos. I do tutorials on how you can use CapCut, because CapCut is one easy tool that you can actually use. I also run adverts for people, businesses, small businesses. I help in setting up their pages, running of adverts to get more clients. So basically, having a digital skills has really helped me, especially in this competitive job market where getting a job can be difficult. And one interesting thing I really love about it is the fact that I have to sit in the comfort of my home. I'm not compelled to a particular time, having to wake up, having to start running to work, having to know. You just have that freedom. So digital skills is really, really powerful, like extremely powerful. And I encourage everybody out there to try as much as possible to learn a skill, because this skill is going to come true for you. Like how this skill I learned. Funny enough, I even learned it for free at the beginning. But as time goes on, I had to start paying for courses, because most times free things may not give you. So for me, the experience has been wonderful. Like I've been growing, because this skills is something you need to improve on every month, every week. Certain things are changing. The algorithm is changing. The setting of adverts is changing. So you need to learn. So I love the experience because it pushes me to want to learn more, to want to know, okay, what is selling at this moment? What will improve my client's page? How will my clients get more customers? What kind of video concepts do I need to come up with for this particular client? So that's it for me. The experience has been great so far. I've not regretted learning digital skill at all. So that's it for me.
Okay, there's something you said, and I think is very profound, right?
Okay.
Make these things, because skills that we deploy, we we will later get to see that what we currently do for people are actually the things that we wanted to do for ourselves,
Yeah.
right? Many times, I have told a number of people that sometimes it is you that will become your own first, very very first own customer, because the things you actually see yourself doing for other people to a great extent are the things that you thought were just valuable to you until somebody else asks you for it. And because we deploy these things so easily, it is easy for us to underrate them.
Yeah.
For me, when I wanted to publish my Facebook, I knew the number of times I suffered. I see number of effort I had to make. And for me, I was just trying to get my book up, right? And the moment it was done, and I saw people asking, "How did you do it?" I realized that it is now something that I should pay more attention to. And the good thing is that for a digital skill, when you have something you deploy digitally from the comfort of your home, sometimes we tend to see it as um, not so much of work. The climb we were all, we were born into. We most people believe that if you are not waking up very early in the morning, rushing out, bustling, hustling, going to try to meet up a clock ticker at work,
Yep.
and then coming back home with your tie, exhausted, you are not really working. You
Yeah.
understand? So it's just going to be. It sometimes it could be really one-sided for you. So for me, I have had a number of questions. People ask me, what exactly do you really even do? What exactly do you really do? What exactly do you even really do? Because it's like you don't go out from your house and we just see you once in a while coming out. But what exactly do you do? So the internet can be so um to make you like an exclusion from the type you. People will look at you and say this one is exactly jobless. Even if you try to explain, people will still understand what exactly you do. So my thoughts about these things, right, is some of the benefits of digital skills. Some of the benefits of digital skills. For you, what do you think? What do you think are some of the benefits of having a digital skill, and how has it really been of help to you as a person?
Okay. For me, one important benefit that I've seen in this space is me having control of my time. You have control of your time in the sense that you are not tied to a particular time frame to work. You just know that, and it gives you that ability to be creative, which is another one. It gives you the ability to be creative because imagine you have 5 clients to work with and you need to deliver a job to these 5 people. Now you have to be creative to be able to meet up these targets. And you have control of your time. You'll be like, okay, from 9 to 6 or from 9 to 12, I want to deliver this person's job. I want to be able to round up this person's job. So it means you have to be creative. Your creativity skills have to come into play. So I'm tied down to a point where somebody will tell me, no, you have to do it like this. Yeah? Even when you know that this thing is, if you do it like this, we're not going to get the needed results. They will still force you to do it because you are working in an environment where there is rules, there is timing, there is digital skills gives you that power to be creative. Thirdly, I love the fact that you have to research and you have to learn more. When you are working from home or when you are working remotely, you need to learn. Like learning never ends for you. Every single day, you are trying to learn new things. You are trying to, what's the trend? How can I improve? How can I make things faster? So your research and learning never ends for you. Because if you want to be stuck to a particular pattern of doing things, you may get outdated or you may not get clients. So that's at that point you have to be good, you have to research more. So these are benefits for me. And like I said, it gives me the ability to work with plenty people. And when I'm working with plenty people, it means plenty money for me. You're not tied to monthly allowance that okay, by this time, this when money may just come at money may just come at any time for you. So for me, these are some of the benefits that I love. So that's it for me.
You know, I like the idea of creativity. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
for me, I've not been privileged to say to work in a specialized organization to say this is my corporate organization. Wake up every morning, then go there. But from what I've been hearing and what I've actually seen, or a number of people have told me from experiences, um, the corporate world sometimes places you in a box and does not really reward creativity to a great extent. They want you to do something exactly the way it is being laid down. Otherwise, you stand the the chance of being visited with a query, for
Mm-hmm.
trying to do something outside the prescribed way uh, of doing it. So
Yeah.
having a digital skill makes you creative in that when you work with multiple people, you are going to be meeting different character, different experiences from these different people, and each individual requires a different approach. And because they require a different approach, I personally believe that it is harder to
Yeah.
to um, work with many people than to work with one person. Because of course, if you have a job, a paid job, and you wake up every morning to go to that work, you will report to just one person, and you work by just that is being governed. That the organization is being governed by. But if you are working remotely, or let's say it's not remotely now, but you are working for yourself, being self-employed, and you are trying to exchange your skill, that skill will require you to work with people, and these different people have different needs. They require different approaches, and you have to provide bespoke services to each individual. And now your creativity plays a very vital role in order to help you navigate successfully. But I believe that I just think that digital skills are great, yet they have their own issues. One of them I've mentioned, which I'm going to talk about, is the fact that you are now going to be working around the clock.
Yeah.
There's no specific for me. I know that there are times where clients will call me. I've had clients who call me around 12 a.m. Some will call you around 1, and then I don't know whether they assume that you are not sleeping, or they just believe. And funny enough, these people are talking about are people who are also in the same location as you. They'll be calling at that odd hour and be wondering if someone who is in the US now is trying to call you, and the call comes in at 1. You will hear, oh, it's likely that he does not know that it is 1 a.m. here, because our time with theirs is like 6 hours apart. But someone who is also like you, who is not sleeping, will call you around 1 a.m. or 12 a.m. and expect you to pick. But I know that
Mm.
cannot happen if you're working in a corporate organization, because they know that once it is 5 o'clock, everything about the
Close.
office is closed. So, but what the challenges you are faced too, as somebody who has a digital skill and has been deploying? For me, I believe that the highest for me has been the need to work around the clock 24 hours, 7 days. So even while you're in church, somebody sends you a message about something you need to do on a Sunday morning. You
Yeah.
understand? At night, people are
Mhm.
so that for me it has not been really easy to manage. So for you, what do you think? How has it been for you?
It has been great. Like you said, that's having to walk around the clock is something that can be very, very exhausting. And there's this subtle depression that may even come with working as in remotely or having to work alone because sometimes you are on your own because you feel like time is going. You don't even know when you wake up and you start working, you don't even know that it's already 6 o'clock. And you still feel like 24 hours is not enough. You want to still do more, but time is going. So that before you know, you are just separated from everybody, or will I say the outside world, and you're just on your own. Before you know, it's the next day. You continue. You're trying to meet up, and if you are not careful, like I said, you may just find yourself becoming depressed. So it's one thing that people don't really talk about, but it's actually there, and they'll be like, I thought you're working for yourself. You have that freedom. It doesn't work that way. I have that freedom, but sometimes it feels like 24 hours is not enough. Then we don't talk about clients who rush you. They just feel like, is it not to edit 2 minute videos? And they'll be calling you. They'll be calling you, and you're trying to say, please, sir, you're distracting me. Can I? They keep on calling you, not minding if you are working or not. All they want is, please, I need my job in the next 5 minutes. Because they feel like, is it not just? They just feel like just. They don't know that this thing has to do with you thinking about how to do this, how to join this. They keep on disturbing. So some of these things can be so depressing and tiring, and you just feel like, are you sure I should not dust my CV and just go and do 9 to 5? Let me know that by 5 o'clock I'm done and I'm back to my house. Nobody is disturbing me like this. So these are certain things for me that is a disadvantage, but somehow we still want to find a way around it. But these are disadvantages that most people don't really talk about, but is actually there.
Okay, there are disadvantages, but you believe that the disadvantages are better disadvantages compared to working 9 to 5. Okay, it's like we are even trying to have this conversation as if people who work 9 to 5 do not need digital skills or do not really have a need for it, or not, or there's no application per se of having a digital skill in a 9 to 5 setting.
No,
But is that what we are really discussing?
no, that's not it. Even as you doing 9 to 5, you actually need that. What are they calling it? You actually need that skills. Okay, I worked 9 to 5 for like 4 years or even more than that. I've been on the system, even with my skills. And it gives you an advantage and an edge over your colleagues because the organization sees you as a valuable asset because they know that this particular person has something that others don't have, and it sets you apart. So I've been on that system. Like I said, I've worked 9 to 5 for like 4 years or even more than that. I'm not, but I know it's more than 4 years though. So these skills, you just know that, okay, how do you think we can take this into the internet? How do you feel we can get more clients online? So when you even have digital skills, despite the fact that you are doing 9 to 5, it sets you apart. It gives you an edge over your colleagues, which is one. Secondly, it gives you other ways to even earn. You know that, oh, this is my monthly income that is coming. I may just use it for something else, maybe for just my family stuff or for something else. Because you know that apart from doing that 9 to 5, when you get home, you have a skills. You still have other clients that you may attend to apart from your 9 to 5. So it actually gives you that edge. It gives you that ability to earn more. So we're not trying to rule out 9 to 5. No, it's actually good because it makes you to earn more. You have your salary at hand. You have your other money that comes in from having that digital skills. So that's it from.
Okay. All right. I think these things does not actually out those who have 9 to 5. Having also having a digital skill by the side will go a long way to really help you as a person, because whether it is 9 to 5 you have or you work for yourself, these things are important and useful, right? Because it is still the human being, it is still you as a person that you are going to carry everywhere. Whether you are working for people or you are working for one organization that will be delivering these services. So it does not take does not take anything from you when you learn a digital skill. Rather, it even add more value to you. So the idea of having a digital skill is about improving yourself as a person so that you can be able to be relevant anywhere and everywhere. Digital skills are not really just for people who those kind of people don't find work and don't get work. Then the other time they call it find digital skill. No, it's something that you can add to yourself so that you can improve and become valuable as a person. Digital skills are not for unemployed graduates. Digital skills are not for jobless people. Digital skills are for people who want to contribute even more and become omnipresent. So having a digital skill can literally change your life, to be honest, literally, because you are not confined to a specific location, you're not confined to a specific client, you're not confined to a specific idea alone. You can do so much. In fact, one of the things I have learned or I've experienced working with people is that when you have a skill, when you have one skill, that skill usually have some kind of ripple effect. When you deploy a skill to one person, maybe you talked about your experience, you worked with people as a data marketer, and now you have translated into creating videos. Why? What's the relationship between data marketing and video editing and creating videos? You see that as you are trying to create marketing campaigns, there will be a need to create videos for the marketing campaign. And sometimes, because of the need or for that, you are being asked if it's something you can do. So even if it's not what you can do, you have to learn it because you have to add that on top your marketing skill. Now, the good thing about that is that after adding data video editing to your marketing skill, you will see that there are now some people that will need only video editing but may not need marketing. So you will now offer that data skill of editing to one client while you are still offering digital marketing to another client. And as you're doing that, somebody else will say, my social media handle is not really very well set. Because they know that you do digital marketing, they will believe that you can also do social media management. And as you are deploying that, you are learning many other skills because the social media management alone is not just a skill. It is an agency on its own. Because inside, you will do content creation, you will do graphic design, you will do reels, you will learn how to understand analytics and measure metrics. You will also learn how to there's a lot that you will have to learn because you are doing one particular skill. So these things are things that we need to look, not neglect. Data skills cannot be underestimated or overemphasized, but many people do not really see that. So in subsequent conversations, we'll talk about some of the skills that anybody can learn. But personally, I believe that any skill you learn, any digital skill you learn has the capacity of helping you achieve your own desires and needs, because data skills is about leverage. Data skills is about leverage, and it gives you the power to do so much, right? So I don't know if you have any further words to add to today's conversation before we call it a day for today.
Okay, what I would like to say is don't limit yourself. As far as your mind can take it, as far as you have that idea on your head, is achievable. Most times we feel like, oh, because I'm using just my phone, I don't think I can learn. The truth is your mind. Don't limit yourself. You can start from somewhere. The challenge I've had, as in the plenty questions, I've been much questions that I've gotten from people is, oh, I don't have a laptop, I can't start. I really want to learn this, but I don't have a laptop. How do I go about it? I will always tell you, don't let not having a laptop to limit you from achieving your goals. Start from somewhere. As long as you have a phone, you have an internet connection, yes, you can start. How do you start? You can start by watching videos, understanding the concepts, and thank God for how most sites now have mobile app that you can actually use in place of a laptop. Look for those things, do your research, learn. Don't let anything limit you. Don't let light limit you. Don't let not having a laptop limit you. When you start seeing those things as a limitation, you may not be able to go far. You may not be able to achieve those things that you want to achieve. So when it comes to digital skills, I will tell you for free that there are a lot of things, there are a lot of challenges that you may encounter. And one of it is I don't have a laptop. Start with your phone. Secondly, you may say, okay, my internet connection is not good. I may not have much data. That also has a solution. That's where you have to try and see that, okay, I have to sacrifice my sleep. I did that a lot then. I have to see that, okay, I don't have money to buy much data to be going to YouTube. Then what do? I stay up at night. There's this plan MTN 15 naira for, I think, 500 MB or two. So these are the things that you have to look out for. Let your mind start thinking about solutions rather than problems. Because when it comes to having digital skills, there are a lot of problems that you may encounter when you want to start. But condition your mind or position your mind to want to think of solutions and not problem. And I'm 100% sure that when you do that, you will definitely go far. So that's it for me.
Fantastic. I think subsequently we'll talk about solution. I like the fact that you talked about solutions. Solutions, be a solutions man. Don't be the
Mm-hmm.
person that always see a problem in everything.
Mm.
Somebody brings an idea to you. You talk about the good thing. You are the only one that will say, but the problem I
Yes.
see here is that the only challenge I'm looking at here is that you only see why it will not
Oh,
work. You can never make progress like that. And these things are
yeah.
things that we have to talk about because they really count and they really matter. All right. We will draw it from here today. We'll draw the conversation here today and have more fruitful conversation when we meet again next week. So if you are just joining us, if you are just seeing this for the very first time, this is Digital Skill Power. And today we are just having conversations. Subsequently, we will have other interactions on leverage, on the tools to use, on solutions, on the money involved, on the potentials here, and so much more. Digital skill is your power to leverage, your power to become omnipresent, and your power to take on the world by storm. I remain at Amazon, and Mary Aneju is also with me on the studio.
Uh,
Thank you, and we'll see you again.